Good morning, knitty friends. Welcome. My name is Jessie, and this is Mislaid Pages, and this is where I take a few minutes to talk to you about all of my knitting goodness and fiber fun projects, what I'm working on, and what I've purchased, and what I'm looking forward to. So that is Loki. He is one of three furry co-hosts that I have, and Luna you will almost probably never see. She is never on camera, but I have two black cats who are, generally speaking, willing to be on camera at inopportune moments. So that was Loki. I hope you're having a great day. This will probably be a short one because I don't have a lot to talk to you about this week. I've worked basically on one project, one knitting project for the last week. So that's going to be the big whip. And then I have a bunch of stuff that I ordered from Knit Crate that finally came in. So that's what we have today. But I thought I'd still, put this out there so that we can chat about whatever knitting stuff that you're doing. So I'll just get right into it. I mentioned last week that I had just gotten my yarn for the Sharon Shawl mkal, my very first mystery knit along. And so that's what I've been working on all week. I'm still working on Clue 1, and Clue 2 dropped last Friday. So Clue 3 will be dropping in a couple of days. So I'm getting a little anxious about the fact that I'm so far behind, but it is what it is. I'm not a very fast knitter. I'm getting faster because this is making me it's making me practice my skills, so I feel like I'm getting a little bit faster, but still, it's a fairly wide square or rectangular shawl, so each row is 104 stitches, so it takes a minute. So I have been working on it, but it's taking a little bit of time, but I'm super, super excited. So before I show it to you, in case you're going to do the mystery knit along and you don't want any spoilers, now is the time to close your eyes. I'll try to remember to tell you when you can open your eyes so that you don't get spoiled. I'm only part way through Clue 1. So I think I'm on section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting ready to start section 5. I will be starting section 5, and there's Loki again. I wonder if we're going to lay in the chair or if we're going to jump down and get in the box that's on the other side behind me. He's very interested in something. What are we doing? Oh, I see. Luna's in his box. That's There's a small like Amazon box behind me. Actually, I think it's from Yarn Tree, but there's a box behind me, and Loki has been laying in it all morning. But apparently Luna stole it when he got up, so he was upset. I don't know if I can. Yeah, you can't see it. Okay, but it's sort of over behind my corner here, or behind my shoulder here. Anyway. Okay, so if you don't want spoilers for the mkal, go ahead and close your eyes now. I'll try not to talk too much specifically about the design in case you are trying not to be spoiled. But I'm super excited to share this with you because it's definitely the most complicated pattern that I've ever worked for knitting in my life, and I'm kind of proud of myself that I've gotten this far. So here we go. So as I said, I am through 4 sections of 8 sections for the first clue. My camera is not wanting to focus today. I don't know if the light is right. And I've got it set up in sort of a strange way, and I apologize for that, but the knitting is rolling up on me, so this is the only way to really give you a good idea of what it's looking like. I'm going to try to hold up the sides here. Hopefully I've got it secured enough that you can see that. Okay. Hopefully we're focused. So yeah, this is the first 4 sections. You can see there's some color work in there, which I never expected to ever do color work in my life, so there we go. If I didn't have this pinned down, you would see that I probably stitched it a little bit too tightly just because these sections here where the blue goes through the green, those are actually slipped and then stitched a couple rows above where they were originally added. So there is a line of yarn behind them, and because it's not quite loose enough, it's relatively loose, and I'm a tight knitter, so I did a decent job, but you can see that they're puffy slightly, and that's because the yarn behind them is probably not quite loose enough to let them lay flat. But even so, like I said, I feel like I'm doing a really good job. The color is really awful in here today. I think it's sunny, but it's slightly cloudy, so I don't know, the light is awful today, so nothing looks quite like it should. because the brown is coming off really black, and this is actually dark brown, this line right here. And it's interesting because I think the dark brown is actually slightly thicker than the other yarns, even though they're all the same weight. But anyway, so the colors are coming off much darker than they really are in person, but I am liking the combination here. So the next step up is to do some more blue. There will be a big section of blue, and then there's going to be some more color work up above that, with, I think, this color here. I can't remember, I'll look at my pattern later, but I've got like 6 or 8 rows of blue to do, and then we do some more color work. And then at that point, there's one section above that, and then I'm finally done with clue 1. So hopefully I can finish clue 1 before clue 3 drops. We'll see. But these are really large clues. It's only a 6-week mkal, but the sections that we're knitting are massive, because I think when it's done, when clue 1 is done, it's actually going to be about twice this width. So that's a lot. No progress marker because I literally started it after I talked to you guys last time, so progress marker is like 0, it's down here. I'll put a progress marker up here when I get started on it again later this evening. I've been knitting on it, I've been trying to knit on it just a little bit every day, just because most of the rows are really easy. It's a lot of knit, a little bit of purl, and so it's large sections of it are very easy, and then there's some more complicated sections that make it really interesting. So I'm enjoying it so far. If you don't want to be spoiled, I'm now taking it off camera, so you're safe to look again. Excuse me. And I'll drop some pictures, or I will have dropped some pictures of the yarn and stuff as I caked it. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen that, because I do like to take pictures as I'm getting ready to start stuff. But I'll drop some pictures at somewhere in here so that you can see what the yarn looked like when it was caked up, and all that sort of stuff. And as you can see, I decided to go with the brown instead of trying to find another color. I did have a speckled yarn, a light purple variegated speckle yarn from Ruby and Roses that I seriously considered using instead of the brown, but ultimately I decided that I liked the intensity of the brown versus the more toned down feel of the purple. So, who's fussing? Somebody's fussing. The cats are being extra today. So, which is fine because, you know, there's just not a lot to talk about anyway, so there might as well be cat antics. Why not? So that's all I've worked on. I put a couple of rows, I think, into my mini skein infinity scarf, but beyond that, I haven't done any other knitting except that. That's been my big knitting project this week, and it probably will be for the next 6 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to get back to work on my Empower People scarf. Bandana thing. I want to get back to work on that, but until I catch up, I'm not going to feel like I can knit on anything else. Especially because this one isn't super complicated except for certain sections. So I don't feel a lot like I need to switch off of this one. When I work on the Changing Staircases shawl, I often feel like I need to put it aside and get something else for a little while, because it feels, especially a lace section, that one feels very complicated and difficult. Not difficult, but it's challenging. And so a lot of times I'm like, okay, let me put this down, let me pick up the mini skein scarf because it's super easy, super fast. I think part of it is it's only 46 stitches wide, the mini skein infinity scarf. So it's like zoom, 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 zoom. So yeah, it's much faster. It makes me feel much more satisfied more quickly. So it's just a thing. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm congested this morning. I think I forgot my allergy meds. So anyway, so that's all the whips that are fit to whip this week. But I do have, and whip is work in progress for anybody who's unfamiliar. But I do have some haul. It's all knit crate stuff. So these are not regular monthly crates. This is extra stuff that I've ordered. They've had a few sales. If you're a Knit Crate member, you get a double down few days, I think. It's a code that lets you get double the discount off of any yarns that are in their member shop. And that's something that you get any as long as you're a subscriber. Even if you skip your month or whatever, you get this extra discount, which lets you get the regular monthly yarns much cheaper than if you were just to purchase them as somebody off the street. If you're interested in trying Knit Crate, I do have a referral link. It is in the description box down here. And the nice thing about the referral link is that if you want to try Knit Crate, you get your first crate for $5, no shipping, $5 straight up. And if you get a regular Knit Crate, you get 200-gram skeins. If you get a sock crate, you get 100-gram skein, 100-gram skein. So all of that for $5. So it's, I mean, you can't really go wrong. And then if you decide to stay subscribed, they will send you an email to let you preview the yarns that are coming up for next month, so you can decide whether or not you really want them. So that's been really awesome for me, because it turns out that I wasn't a fan of August. I'm not much of a fan. I'm not a fan of September's regular Knit Crate, but I might get the sock crate for September. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. But if you sign up for that, they do give me a discount code so that I can continue getting Knit Crate to show you. So it's a win-win in my opinion. But but yeah, so if you want to try it, the link is in the description box. $5 gets you your first box, which is pretty awesome for fancy yarn. So that's my little spiel there. But yeah, so everything I have today is from Knit Crate. So let's start. I'll show you the yarn last, but let me show you some other odds and ends. They do have some really cool notions and accessories and tools that you can get in the Member Central area. Whether it's double down or not, anytime you're signed into your account, you can get to the discounted stuff in Member Central. And so this month I got this bag because I can't not get bags. And it says, "I'm ready for whatever life throws at me, but really, I hope it's yarn." Which is kind of the story of my life. Yeah, as long as it's yarn, I'm good. So I got that bag, which all of this other haul is going to go into. I also got these. I should have taken these out of the bags. I'm just going to take one out of the bag. I got 2 of these, and these are 3 Irish Girls yarn ink. Focus. The light is really bad today, and the camera does not want to play. There we go. Okay, 3 Irish Girls yarn ink, and it's a measuring tape. Because I'm finding the more knitting I do, the more I need a measuring tape handy. And I have a, what do you call these? A flexible fabric or a flexible measuring tape, but it's one that's just the long tape, and it is the most annoying thing ever to try to measure anything, because then you have to fold it all back up. So I saw these, I got 2 of these, so now I can have one in each of a couple different knitting bags, so that's really nice. Also this time they had these super cute stitch markers, and these are all different. They're from Bling Your String, created for Knit Crate, ceramic beads, hand painted in Peru. And so I got 4 different ones. Okay, this is not going to work. 2 hands, y'all, 2 hands. Okay. So I got 4 different ones. Let me get them all on camera. And they're just really cute little hand painted beads. I'm trying to get you to see this one. For stitch markers. And these are the kind that you can open and reclose, so I'll probably start using these for project markers or progress markers, just because they're a little bit cuter than the plastic clippy ones that I have. So but yeah, I got 4 of those. They were really cheap, or really inexpensive I should say. And super cute, so I thought that would be fun. And then I got yarn. So I showed this last time, but I'll show you again because I just ordered it again. I ordered 2 more skeins. So you may remember from last week, this is organic Pima cotton in a DK weight, and this color is Hustle. So this is the July Knit Crate Energize Me colorway. And I got two more skeins of that because I love the color so much. Now I will say, just because I have it in my hands and it's coming to mind, so I oohed and awed and was like totally thrilled over this yarn last week. And it's not that I'm not thrilled with the yarn. I still love the color. But what's interesting to me is that the yarn out of the box looks so much nicer and fuller and fluffier than the yarn out of the bag that they ship it in when they don't send the box. So I'm looking at this compared to the texture and fullness of what I had last week when I opened up the box, and this is squished and kind of sad looking comparatively. So it's interesting how different my opinion of the yarn is out of the box versus out of the bag. I don't know. Because I still love the color and everything, but I don't have the same joy that I did when I looked at it out of the box, and I think it's because it's kind of squished and flat from being shipped in a bag instead of a box. So just kind of a funny little thing. I also got the other two colorways for July because I loved the Pima cotton and the pink so much. Excuse me, I decided that I wanted to get the other two colorways as well, and that way I've got a ton of cotton that I can do all kinds of stuff with. So this is the Chill Out colorway. I've got some fuzz here. This is the Chill Out colorway, and it's relatively true. I mean, it's not quite as true blue in person, but you can tell my shirt is supposed to be purple. This yarn is also supposed to be purple, and I can tell that the camera is making them both closer to a navy blue. So you're not getting as much of the red in these as you probably should. But this is, even in person, it's a purple that leans very much to the navy versus a deep purple. And this colorway is called Stardust. So I don't hate the colorway, but it's not quite as purple as I had hoped it would be. It's still a nice colorway. So again, this is the Chill Out colorway Stardust, and I got two skeins of that as well. And then last but not least is the what do they call it? The neutral? I think they call it the neutral colorway. It's the third colorway. They do Energize Me, Chill Out. Energize Me is warm colors, Chill Out is cool colors, and then you have a neutral, or natural maybe is what they call it. So this colorway is called Pavement. And again, these are all 100% organic Pima cotton, and this is really kind of cool. I like how much variation there is. So you have everything from the really light gray to the dark gray, and I think that's going to be a really nice, not striping necessarily, but it's going to be a nice variegation when it's stitched up, and two skeins of that as well. So very happy with those. They're super soft. I'm definitely going to make something very wearable with this. I feel like if I mix these, that will make something maybe a little bit more wearable more often, because something that's solid bright pink like this is probably not something I'm going to wear all the time. But if I combine it with that gray, I think that'll tone it down enough that I could wear it more often. So I'll have to find something for that. That's going to be fun. And then, because they had this massive flash sale, I got a couple other skeins that I've been looking at for a while, but I just hadn't pulled the trigger because I didn't want to spend the money. But these came down to like something like $5 or $6 a skein, so I was like, okay. So I decided to do that. These are, rather than being Uru sock yarn or DK weight yarn, these are Knitology Cozy Sock Base. I think these are both. Okay, one is a Cozy Sock base, the other is a different base. What's the matter? Okay, Momo's fussing. You can't see her, she's at the bottom step. She's apparently going to be fussy this morning though. So this is Cozy Sock yarn in the colorway Citrus Squeeze. Excuse me. It is 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 10% cashmere. So it's got that little bit of fluffiness from the cashmere. But this is the colorway. Look how pretty that is. I don't normally go in for warm orange, yellow stuff like this, but this is a sock yarn. So I thought this would make really cute socks. And I've been looking at it a while for sock yarn, but because I'm struggling so much with my one sock. I haven't been willing to buy it, but like I said, it was super cheap. I've been looking at it for a while, and I was like, that'll make a cute pair of socks. And even if I don't wear them myself, I'm sure I have friends who would enjoy socks in this color. So I got that. This other one is also a Knitology, but this is Knitology Sheen. So this is 75% merino, 15% silk, 10% cashmere. Fingering weight. So this is a little bit thicker than the sock yarn. So this might not make socks, which is what I had intended, but I could still make something pretty out of this. This colorway is Titmouse, which I thought was cute. So it's got blues and grays and yellow and a little bit of brown. So that'll make something cute. Actually, this would probably make really cute fingerless gloves. And this is a colorway I could probably wear at work without any issue, just because it's not so bright that I'm like, hey, look at me. But you know, it's a nice conservative office colorway if I need such a thing. But yeah, so yeah, that's all the yarns that I have. That's all the stuff that I have. That's all the whips that I have. That's everything for this week. It's super short. But even so, it's already been 20 minutes because I just love to talk, apparently. So it's going to be fun when I do floss tube this week because I don't have a lot of stuff, but I'm probably going to still make it be an hour because I just sit here and chat. So anyway, I hope your week is going well. It'll be Wednesday when I post this. I've decided that my Knitcast will be Woolly Wednesday. I think I mentioned this in my floss tube. I like the alliteration, so floss tube Fridays and now Woolly Wednesdays. So I think that's going to be my schedule going forward. So I'll keep posting these Knitcasts once a week, maybe every other week, depending on how slow or fast I am knitting. But yeah, so Woolly Wednesday, floss tube Friday. Yeah, that's how it's going to go. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little chat today, and I hope to see you again next time. In the meantime, I hope you're staying healthy and safe and well, and I hope you're having a great week, and I will see you next time.